Hi Shivani, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Hello, all. Good evening. Ma'am, am I audible?
Shivani, there's so much of echo in your at your side. Could you please check with your mobile if you can log off from your mobile or
Yes, ma'am, I will.
thank you.
Ma'am, is it clear now?
Yeah, Shivani, you can continue.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to day two of 5 days masterclass on AutoCAD Electrical. Today, we will divining into the basics of AutoCAD as essential foundation for mastering electrical design. We hope this session provides you with valuable knowledge. Without further delay, let's get started. I now hand over the session to our expert trainer, Mr. Manjunath Kulkarni, who will guide you through today's content with in his deep expertise. Okay, Manjunath, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Shivani. Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. And I want to welcome everyone for the day two of 5 days masterclass in AutoCAD and electrical AutoCAD. So yesterday, every one of you understood what is the importance of AutoCAD, why we need to use the AutoCAD. So live before and after AutoCAD. Okay. So everything, I think everyone have got clarity regarding that. So in today's session, we are going to see what are the basics of the AutoCAD, how to use the commands in the AutoCAD. Okay, so before starting and all, one thing I want to say for everyone that AutoCAD is something where I can easily say that it is like a mobile application. Okay, so yeah, every one of our are habituated to use the Instagram, Snapchat, and all. So just imagine the day one when whenever you have installed the things, so we don't even know how to use the snap, how to keep the snap, or we don't even know how to look the reels and how to watch the reels, how to post the reels. We don't have clarity regarding that. But the time permits. What happened day by day, we have using that. Once we started using, then we got a clarity how to use it. In the same manner, I can say that AutoCAD is also one of the software where the lots of practice you need to do. So for making the proper practice and all, basic commands plays the key role. Okay, so if you can easily understand the basic commands, then that will be very much easy, then that will be very much useful for you. So without further delay, let me start with the commands. Okay, so before going into the commands, let me explain few things in the AutoCAD. So I think everyone have installed the AutoCAD, everyone can see this screen. Okay, so for getting this screen, whenever you open the AutoCAD, you just click on the new. From there, the new workspace will be open. So whatever the grid lines you are seeing here, these grid lines are in generally known as your workspace. Okay, so the complete area of your grid lines in generally known as your workspace. So this workspace is something that you will be having the infinite workspace in the AutoCAD. Wherever you want, you can work. So the same as your graph sheet where you have used, in this also you will be having the scaling and all. So based on the scaling, you will be using the AutoCAD. So before going into the AutoCAD, one thing I want to mention for you people. So you are going to learn the electrical AutoCAD. In future, you are going to work on the AutoCAD where the electrical things involves. So in that case, one thing you need to remember is whenever you are trying to draw something in AutoCAD, we don't have any proper or we don't have any particular method or we don't have any particular procedure for drawing the things. Okay, so here you need to remember that some will be drawing in one way, some will be drawing in one another way. So end of the day, how good you are representing, how good you are presenting plays the key role. I think is that clear? Can you people hear me? Yeah. Okay, thank you. So one thing before you are starting with AutoCAD, one thing you need to be clear that we don't have any particular methodology of drawing any figures in the AutoCAD. The thing you need to remember is you need to get the proper output. Output plays the key role here. So for getting the output and all, one thing blindly you need to remember is the basic plays the key role. So now whenever you see the AutoCAD screen, so here you will be having something called home, insert, anode, parametric and all. So all these known as your tabs. So inside the tabs, you will be having the commands. Now, by using the commands, we are going to play on the AutoCAD. We are going to work on the AutoCAD. So for that, whatever the commands you are having, every command you need to understand with their application, and you need to understand with their keyboard shortcut key. So now can you have observe here I'll be having the cross-sectional figure, or here, sorry, here I'll be having a plus symbol where my whenever the mouse is moving, the cursor will be moving. Okay, so this plus symbol or this perpendicular intersection one is known as your crosshair in case of your AutoCAD. This is known as your crosshair, where this will be working as your AutoCAD grip, or altogether what I can say is that this will be working as your AutoCAD cursor. Okay, so based on this only, you will be gripping the images, you will be using the images, you will be drafting the things. Okay, so now before you start drawing any figure in the AutoCAD, or in generally whenever you want to draw anything, first you need to adjust the settings. So in generally we'll say that match ke pehle pitch ko pura set karna. So in the same way here also, first you need to adjust the things in the AutoCAD. The first thing you need to adjust is the size of the crosshair. If you want, you can increase. Then whenever you're dealing with the electrical, most of the times we'll be dealing all the electrical figures in the millimeters. So you need to set the units into the millimeters. Then you need to have the zero precision properly. So these are the basic things you need to do before you are drawing the things. Okay, now let me show how to adjust these things. Okay, so for adjusting these things, the first thing you will be having is the draft settings. Okay, so draft settings is the first command we will be using. And see, while I'm explaining, I'll be dictating you the commands. So I expect you people to write the commands at one place so that it will be very much easy for you. So the first setting, the first thing you'll be having is draft settings. So once your AutoCAD screen is activated, okay, once your AutoCAD screen is activated, you just enter the DS. Okay, DS is the keyboard shortcut key for AutoCAD. So before going into the draft settings, one thing I need to explain for you people, or one thing I need to let you know. So if you can see me properly here, whenever you are working in AutoCAD, always is my voice clear and for everyone? Yeah. So just now I have told something that whenever you are working on AutoCAD, you will be having in generally two hands. So always in the right hand, you need to hold the mouse. Always in the right hand, you need to hold the mouse. And whenever you are coming for the left hand, always the left hand should be placed on a keyboard. Always the left hand should be placed on a keyboard. And with the help of the four fingers, you need to enter the command. And with the help of the thumb finger, you need to click on enter. So enter in case of the AutoCAD is your space bar. Okay, enter in case of the AutoCAD is your space bar. So always be clear with these things. So whenever you want to enter something, you just click on the space bar. So after saying any command and all, if I am saying that if I'm clicking enter, which indicates that I'm clicking on space bar. Okay. Yeah. Now let's start with our commands. The first command we have discussed so far, or first command we need to understand is draft settings. Okay. The keyboard shortcut key will be having for the draft settings is ds enter. The command you will be having for the draft setting is ds enter. Okay, so once you are clicking on the ds enter, so the pop-up box will be open. A pop-up box will be open. Okay, so whenever the pop-up box is open, from here you need to go into the options. From here you need to go into the options, guys. While I'm saying, you need to be clear. Okay, so once you are going into the options, first you go for the display, and in the display you will be having the crosshair size as 5. So you just increase it to 30 or 35 based on your requirement. I'll be keeping it as 40 so that I'll be getting a bigger crosshair. Okay, so once it's done, just go for the open and save. So here automatically you need to save the thing. So here I'll be keeping automatic save as 1 minute. So for every 1 minute, my AutoCAD diagram will be saved or my draft will be saving, so that even though if I'm having any difficulties, I'll not lose it. Okay, then after, you need to go into the user preferences. In the user preferences, you need to be clear that always the units of the source units as well as your target drawing unit should be in the millimeters, because from now onwards we are going to deal with the electrical ones. So this should be very much clear that always they should be in the millimeters. So yeah. Okay, so once again, I'm repeating, once you go for the draft settings, in the draft settings, go to the options. So once you go to the options in the display, you adjust the crosshair size. Then after, you'll be going into the open and save. Adjust the time between save to save is 1 minute. Okay, then after you go for the user preferences. In the user preferences, adjust your units to millimeters. Adjust your units to millimeters. Okay, so yeah, then if you want the rest of the things you can do. So these are the basics things you need to do before you starting anything in your AutoCAD, which is the very fresh AutoCAD you are using. So once these sizes are adjusted, just go for the apply. Just go for the apply, then click on OK. Okay, then click on OK. Done. Yeah. Once you click on OK, again by default you will be clicking on OK. Now you can observe the changes whatever we have done. You can see the size of the crosshair has been increased. Okay, so here I have kept the 35. So I'll be having the 35. Whatever the size of the crosshair you want, you can adjust that. Okay, so I think it's clear for everyone. Guys, I think it's clear for everyone. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Once it's done, so the next thing what we'll be doing is you need to set the units. Okay, you need to set the units. So we have done the draft settings. Then we'll be going into the units. So the keyboard shortcut key you'll be having for the units is UN enter. The command you'll be having for the units is UN enter. Okay. So once after you are opening the units, always you select the units as a decimal. Okay, always you select the units as a decimal, and then whenever you are coming for the precision, you always select the precision as 0 while you are drawing. Okay, you always select the precision as 0 while you are drawing. In generally, when you want to have the figures in the millimeters with the lowest decimal points, you need to go for the 0 precision. Then after, by default, if the unit is set into millimeters, no need to worry. But if you don't, if you are having any other units here, set back into millimeters. Set back into millimeters. Then you click on OK. So now initially what we have done the draft settings. Okay, we have done the draft settings. Then after, what we have done is we have set the units. Okay, now this is my AutoCAD screen where this is set into the millimeters. Okay, now whatever the figure I am getting, whatever the drawings I am drawing, they will be in the millimeters. So one thing you need to remember is always we will be drawing, always the electrical figures will be drawn in millimeters. Okay, yeah. So up to now, everything is clear for everyone. Now let us go into the next part. Your shortcut for the draft setting you'll be having as DS, and the shortcut for your units is UN. Okay, yeah. So now, in generally, if you observe, most of the cases everyone can directly see these grid lines. Okay, most of the cases everyone can directly see these grid lines, but few people cannot see the grid lines. Their AutoCAD screen will be like this. Okay, their AutoCAD screen will be like this. Okay, the plain screen they'll be getting. If this is the case, you need to turn on the grid line. You need to turn on the grid line. For turning on the grid line, okay, for turning on the grid line, the command you will be using is function plus F7. Hold the function, click on the F7. If you are holding the function and clicking on the F7, two things will be happen. One thing is the grid may be off if it is on, or if the grid is off, it will be on. Okay, so this is how you'll be owning your grid, and this is how you'll be offing your grid. So this is all about your draft settings and all. Now let us start with the basic commands of the AutoCAD. The very first command of the AutoCAD we are having, or we will be dealing with the very first command in the AutoCAD is line command. And the keyboard shortcut key for the line command is L. Okay, see, whenever I'm saying the keyboard shortcut key or the command key for the line command is L, that indicates that after L, you need to go for the enter. Okay, after L, you need to go for the enter. Okay, L enter is the keyboard key for the line. Okay, yeah. So before I am drawing the line, before I am explaining the line command, can you people please let me know how can I draw the line, or what are the requirements I'll be having for drawing the line? Can you please let me know? Very good. Points, length, 2 points, starting point, 2 points. Yeah. What about the rest? Everyone, whoever are there in the class, I'm expecting answer. 2 points. Length, elevation, yeah, measurements, 2 points, yeah. I'm happy most of the people are saying the 2 points. So whenever you want to draw any line, the basic requirements you will be having is you need to have the 2 points. So if you are having the 2 points, then automatically you can draw a line. Okay, so now what I am doing here, I'll be entering my command. The command I'll be using is L enter. The command I'll be using is L enter. Okay, so once I am see L, okay, once I am writing the L, just a second, sorry, yeah, L, then after you click on space bar. Now what happened? The line command is activated. Now can you see here in the command bar, it will be showing that or it will be asking specify the first point of the line. Specify the first point of the line. So as we discussed, the line is drawn between the 2 points. So here what I'll be doing, I'll be specifying the first point of the line. Then after I'll be just moving my mouse. Then after I'll be moving my mouse in whatever the direction you want. In that direction you can move your mouse. Okay, so simply you will be specifying your second point. Simply you will be specifying your second point. Okay, now after specifying your second point, from here to here you have got one line. From first point to second point you have got one line, but whenever you are moving your mouse from the second point, considering it as a first point, the new line will be started. Okay, the new line will be started. So one thing you need to remember that in case of the AutoCAD, the line command is continuous command. So once your line is done, you need to come out of the command. You need to come out of the command. How to come out of the command? So for coming out of the command, you need to click on escape. Okay, escape is the key where you can come out of the command. So here what I'll be doing, I'll be simply clicking on escape. So here what happened, from this first point to second point, I have drawn a line. So I think everyone can see how to draw the line. Everyone got the clarity how to draw the line. So once again, I am explaining. L enter. Okay. So then after you just select the first point in whatever the direction you want, you just select the second point, click on escape. The line will be drawn. The line will be drawn. So escape is the keyboard command which is used for whenever any command is activated. If you want to come out of that command, you will be using the escape key. Okay. So now if you observe, I have drawn the line by using the 2 points, but whenever you are clicking on any line here, you will be getting the 3 points. Okay. So in generally, you are using first point and last point for drawing the line, but by default, you will be getting the midpoint. Okay. This is all about your line. I think the line command is clear for everyone. So before going into the next command, can you see here? My grid lines are becoming, my grid lines are becoming zoom out, and then my grid lines are becoming zoom in. Okay. So this zoom in and zoom out of the grid lines you can do with the help of your cursor. You can do with the help of your cursor of the mouse, or you will be having the cursor for the mouse. So with the help of that, you can zoom in and zoom out. And one more thing, what you can do, one more thing what you can do with that cursor of the mouse is, if you are holding that cursor of the mouse, you will be getting the hand symbol, which will be generally called as a pan. So then you can also move the, then you can also move the grid. Okay. So this is how you will be adjusting your grid. So if I want to drag this out, or if I want to move this one, and if I want to get some new space, simply I'll be moving it and I'll be zooming in or zooming out. Okay, so this is all about your line command, and this is all about your grid. Okay, now let us go into the next command. Okay, now let us go into the next command. So we have done with the line command. The next command you will be having is your circle. Okay, now the next command you will be having is your circle. So what are the requirements you will be having for the circle, Andy? So before going into that, the keyboard shortcut key you will be having for the circle, or the command you will be using for the circle is C enter. Okay, C enter is the circle you will be having. Yeah. So what are the requirements you will be having for drawing of the circle? Very good. Radius, center, diameter. Okay. So whenever you are dealing with the circle, in case of the circle, you will be having three different sides, three different types of the circles in the AutoCAD. Where so basically we'll be dealing with the three different major types of the circles. One will be your radius circle, next will be your 2-point circle, and then you'll be having something called your 3-point circle. So first thing what I'll be doing, just enter the C enter. So once after you clicking on C enter, here you will be getting the three options. One is your 3-point circle, one is your 2-point circle, and the next is your by default radius circle. Okay, so first I'll let you know how to draw the radius circle. For drawing the circle with radius, after entering the command, you just click on the center point, you just drag out. Okay, you just drag out. So by default, you will be getting a circle. Okay, just C enter, select the center point, you just drag it out. Okay, so by default, you will be getting the circle command. Okay, so this is known as your radius circle. This is known as your circle with the radius. Okay, so simply what you are doing here, you are entering the C enter. So by default, you will be getting the radial circle. Select the center point, draw out the circle with the specific radius. You will be getting a circle here with the radius of 45 units or 47 units. I'll be getting a circle. This is known as my circle with the radius. And in this circle command, we are also having few other types of the circles. The next thing you will be having is circle with 2 points. Okay. So how to draw the circle with 2 points? For that also the command I'll be using is C enter. But once after you are going for the C enter, okay, you need to enter 2p. You need to enter, or you need to write 2p. Then you click on enter. Okay, then you click on enter. Okay, I'll be explaining one more time. C enter is a basic command for circle. So whenever you are entering, whenever you are drawing, or whenever you are entering the C enter, from there you will be getting a single circle with the radius. Now I want the circle with the 2 points. So for that, what I'll be doing, after clicking on C enter, you just enter 2p, click on enter. Okay, now what happened? It is asking to specify the first point, then it is asking to specify the second point. So from the first point towards the second point, the circle will be formed, and that I can call it as circle with the diameter. Okay, so if you are getting 2 points on the circle, so then what happened? Though if you are getting a circle with the 2 points, then that is known as a circle with the diameter. So it is asking to specify the first end of the circle, and it is asking to specify the second end of the circle, which is the diameter starting end and diameter second end. Okay, so here you can you see in previous case you will be getting only radial line. Here you will be getting the diameter line. So if the diameter is mentioned, this is how you will be drawing the circle with diameter, or you will be going for the circle with radius. So Is that clear for everyone? Both circle with radius and circle with diameter. Yes. Can you respond quickly so that we can move into next comments? Yeah, happy to hear. Yeah. So one thing we have done the circle with the radius. See, end of the day, you are getting the basic circles only. But one thing you will be getting a circle with radius. And the next thing you will be having is circle with diameter. Okay. Yeah. Now coming for the third point of the circle or the 3-point circle. So for this also you will be having the keyboard shortcut key as C enter. Then after you need to go for 3P enter. So once you are going for the 3P enter, so here you can easily understand you need to select the first point, then you need to select the second point. After selecting the second point, from there your third point will be giving the entire structure shape of the circle. Okay, the third point will be giving the entire structure and shape of the circle. So C enter, 3P enter, select the first point, then select the second point. From there, you will be getting the third point of the circle. From there, you will be getting the third point of the circle. Okay, so this is how you will be getting the 3P circle or 3-point circle. Okay, so if you want to have the circle with radius, just C enter the circle with the radius. Then if you want to have the circle with diameter, C enter, 2P enter, select the first point and then select the second point. This is a circle with diameter. If you want to have the circle with 3-point, 3P enter, select the first point, second point, and you just draw the third point. Okay. So this is how you will be getting, you will be drawing the circles. Okay. This is how you will be drawing the circles. Okay. So now I think the circle is clear for everyone. Yeah. So after the circle, the next thing you will be having is arc. Okay, can you please let me know what is the arc? Can you please let me know what is arc? Yeah, it's a curve of the surface. So yeah, curved surface. See, very good. Half of the circle or a part of the circle is known as your arc. A part of the circle is known as your arc. So yeah, just a second. So now the keyboard shortcut key you will be using for arc is A enter. Okay. A enter is the keyboard shortcut key you will be using for arc. Okay. Chalo. So arc is something that which is a part of the circle. So if I cut some part of the circle, that is known as my arc. So in generally, once I am going for the A enter, okay, so the first thing you need to remember is whenever you want to draw any arc, you need to have 3 points. One is the starting point, one is the midpoint, and one is the last point. Okay, so here what I'll be doing first, I'll be going for the starting point. Then after I'll be selecting the second point, which will be giving my radius of the circle or dia of the circle. So once after I'm selecting my second point, from there I'll be selecting my third point, which my third point will be giving the orientation of the arc, which my third point will be giving the shape of the arc, and then parallelly my third point will be giving the altogether the structure of the arc you can get from the third point. Okay, so this is how you will be having the arc. Just you select the first point, go for the second point. From there you just select the third point. Okay, so this is how you will be drawing your arc. Okay, then once your arc is done, the next command you will be having is polyline. Okay, so before going into the polyline, let me draw a figure using a line. Okay, so this is the line command. If I'm keep on going with the line command, you will be getting a continuous figure. Now, just to get off the line command, you just click on the escape. Now, if you see, this is the rectangle I have drawn from the line command. This is the rectangle I have drawn from the line command. Now, yeah, the keyboard shortcut key for the arc is A. Okay, A is the keyboard shortcut key you'll be using for the arc. So now can you see here, this is the rectangle I have drawn. But if I am selecting the rectangle, all the lines will be having individually. Okay, you will be getting all individual lines. So even though it is looking like a rectangle, you will be having the individual lines in case of the line command. Okay, so from here to here, you have created a rectangle by using the line command. But one thing I can say that you don't have any closed boundaries, or you don't have any proper finishing between these lines. But whenever you are coming for the rectangles and all, or whenever you want to have the closed surface by using the line command or by using the lines, in that case you will be using something called your polyline. In that case you will be using something called your polyline. So the keyboard shortcut key you will be having for the polyline, or the command you will be having for the polyline, is PL. Okay, PL is the command you will be having for the polyline. So please let me show you how to draw the polyline. So PL, enter. Now after going for the PL, enter, select the starting point. You just go for the second point, draw the third point, then you go for the fourth point. From the fourth point, you just draw a rectangle. Okay. Yeah. From the fourth point, you just draw a rectangle. So now what happened? This is the rectangle I have drawn by using the polyline. This is the rectangle I have. This is the rectangle I have drawn by using the line command, and this is the rectangle I have drawn by using the polyline. Now, if you see, whenever I'm trying to select the lines of this rectangle, they'll be selecting individually. So I can say that there is no closed boundary. But whenever I'm trying to select the polyline command, or whenever I'm trying to select the figure with the polyline, here the figure will be having the proper closed boundaries, so it will be selected at a stretch. So it will be selected at a stretch. So whenever you need to have any closed figures and all by using the line, okay, instead of line you can go for the polyline. Instead of line you can go for the polyline, where I can say it as a continuous line with a closed boundaries. Okay, that is all about your polyline. So everyone is clear so far? Yes. Okay. So then after knowing the polyline, we have done with the circles, we have done with the arc, we are done with the polylines, we are done with the lines. Okay. Yeah. So just now we have seen a rectangle drawn by using line and polyline. Okay. So in generally, whenever you want to draw the rectangle, rather than using a line and polyline command, you can directly have the command for the rectangle. You can directly have the command for the rectangle. And the keyboard shortcut key you will be having for the rectangle command is REC. Okay. REC is the keyboard shortcut key or the command shortcut key you will be using for the rectangle. And one thing you need to understand, that while I am trying to draw any rectangle or something, so the rectangle is something that where you will be having length and breadth of the rectangle, or length and breadth you will be having. So altogether what I can say, for drawing a rectangle, instead of drawing these four lines, if I can have this one vertices and the opposite vertices, then automatically I can easily get a rectangle. Then automatically I can easily get a rectangle. So in that case, what I'll be doing, instead of using this line and polyline, simply I'll be going for the REC, enter. Okay, you just click on the REC, enter. REC, enter. Then it is asking to specify the first corner. You just drag and you just go for the second corner. Now the second corner of the rectangle will be indicating whether the rectangle is drawn horizontally or the rectangle is drawn vertically. Okay, the first corner will be indicating the starting point, and the second corner will be indicating the shape of the rectangle and the distance, everything of the rectangle. So if I want to have a chota rectangle, like this I'll be going. If I want to have a bada rectangle, like this, if I'll be drawing. Okay, then the same rectangle once again I'll be showing. If I want to draw the same rectangle vertically, this is how I can draw my same rectangle vertically. Is that clear? So this is how you will be dealing with your rectangle command. Keyboard shortcut key for your rectangle is REC, enter. Okay, REC, enter is the keyboard shortcut key you'll be having for the rectangle. Okay. Then after the rectangle, you need to understand a few other different commands and all. So for that, what we'll be doing is see, instead of showing the commands directly, one thing I have decided, or one thing I am interested that let us write the ABCDs, or let us try to create the alphabets. So by creating the alphabets, we can understand all the different remaining commands. Okay, all the remaining commands. So before going into the all the remaining commands, yeah, we need to understand the alphabets. Okay, yeah. So before going into the alphabets and all, once if you are, let me take a polyline. Okay, so whenever I am drawing here, can you see here, whenever I am coming for the edge point here, I'll be getting some square boxes. Okay, and then from the edge and edge, you'll be getting a square boxes. From here, I can getting the helping lines, or the snapping lines, or the tracking lines. And then from here to here, I can have the proper closed boundaries. Okay. Now, from this, for this rectangle, if I want to have the line from the midpoint to midpoint, so in that case, whenever I am going for the line command, so here can you see, whenever I'm going for the midpoint here, I'll be getting the triangle, and for the exact other midpoint also, you'll be getting the triangle one. Okay. So can you, if you observe this, whatever the boxes, whatever the green color structures you are having here, they are known as your object snapping. Okay. They are known as your object snapping or object tracking. So in case of the AutoCAD, for getting the proper accuracy and for getting the proper symmetry of the figures, you will be using something called object snapping. You will be using something called object snapping. So in case of the AutoCAD, whenever you want to draw any line or something, if it is very nearby that line, it will be showing this nearest symbol. Whenever you are coming for the edges, it will be showing this square box. Whenever you are coming for the middle, it will be showing something called your triangle. Whenever you are coming for the exact intersection point, it will be showing a cross mark. Okay. So in generally, most of the cases, your object snapping will be off. So while you're trying to draw something, you need to on the object snapping. So the keyboard shortcut key you'll be having for the object snapping is OSNAP, O snap. Okay, the keyboard shortcut key you'll be having for the object snapping is O snap. So once you are having the object snapping, you just open the object snapping, click on enter. Now can you see here? In generally, this is the case you will be having. If it is a box, it is indicating the midpoint. Endpoint. If it is a triangle, it is indicating a midpoint. If it is circle, it is indicating a center. If it is a larger circle, it is indicating a geometric center. So these are all the object snappings it will be showing. If it is a symbol showing like this is a perpendicular. So altogether, what you'll be doing, you just click on the select all, click on OK. Now your object snapping will be on. So it will make your work more easier. It will make your work more easier. So is that clear? So OSNAP is for object snapping, where you can get the proper edges, where you can get the proper, see one thing, whenever I ask to draw a proper rectangle, okay, by default what, and the edges will not match. Okay, so whenever you are coming for the AutoCAD drawings and all, here the accuracy plays the key role and the symmetry plays the key role. So for getting the more proper symmetry and for understanding it properly, one of the help you can get from the object snapping. Okay, yeah. So now let us start with the alphabets. What is the first letter you will be having in the alphabets? Yeah, what is the first letter you will be having in the alphabets? Is okay. So why are you people taking much time? Okay, so let us start with the A. Let us start with the A. So the capital letters will be dealing. Someone is saying B. So I think they have missed the A. Yeah. So let us start with the A. How to draw A? So in generally, there are many ways for drawing the A. The first thing what you can do is just go for the line command. Okay. Simply you can draw the basic lines. Okay. Simply you can draw two lines, and from there you can draw the center line. Okay, so this is the one way of representation. Okay, but here what I'll be doing is, for understanding of the commands, I'll be drawing my A in different way. That first I'll be taking a slanted line. First I'll be taking a slanted line. So then after I taking a slanted line, now I want one more line here. Okay, now I want one more line here, which should be exactly opposite, which should be exactly opposite. Okay, am I clear? So here I need to have one more line which should be exactly opposite. So for that, what I'll be using is, the one command I'll be using here is mirror. Okay, the command I'll be using is mirror. The keyboard shortcut key for the mirror command is mi enter. Mirror is something that if I am having a line like this, yeah, if I am having a line like this, then in between, if I am placing a vertical mirror, then the reflected image you will be getting like this. Okay, then the reflected image you will be getting like this. Now imagine if I am having a line like this and I am keeping a horizontal mirror. Okay, see, there might be some bend in the line. Yeah. So if this is a line, so for this line, if I am keeping a horizontal mirror, then the reflected image you will be getting is like this. Okay. So one thing what you need to do first, what is the object that need to be mirrored? First thing you need to be clear that what is the object that need to be mirrored. Then after, what is the direction of the mirror object you need to get? This is the mirrored, this is the object you need to get the mirrored. So imagine I am keeping the mirror like this. Then the object output I'll be getting like this. See, one thing is that mirror is where you will be getting the proper reflection of the image. Okay. So here also we need to draw the reflection images. For drawing the reflection images, I'll be using something called my mirror command. So how to use the mirror command means, be focused, stay focused here, because it is one of the important command in the AutoCAD where you will be using most of the times. If you want to get exact opposite figure, or if you want to get exact opposite figure, there you will be using something called your mirror command. So the keyboard shortcut key you will be having for the mirror command is mi enter. It's not m enter, mi enter. Okay, you just click on the mi enter. Now after clicking on the mi enter, you just select the object that need to be mirrored. This is the object that need to be mirrored. Then you need to draw the mirror line. Then you need to draw the mirror line. So here what I'll be doing, I'll be just selecting a single point. Then can you see, whenever I am drawing a mirror line, I'll be getting a proper mirrored object. I'll be getting a proper mirrored object. Can you people see here? Done. Once after you are getting a mirror object, it is asking, should AutoCAD should erase the source object. So simply I'll be clicking on no. From here, I'll be getting the source object and I'll also getting the mirror object. Okay. So yeah, one more time I'm letting you to understand the mirror command. Mi enter. You just simply select the mirror object. Then at some distance, see, based on the distance, you will be getting the mirror object. So this is the distance I'll be taking. The object need to be mirrored. And from there, at the same distance, can you see? See, whatever the yellow color line I am getting, that yellow color line is something my mirror place. So whenever I am changing the location of the the mirror image location also changing by default. So here what I'll be doing, I'll be simply drawing my mirror at 270 degrees or something. So whenever I'm drawing like this, here I'll be getting the proper mirror image. Then you click on no, so that you will be having the source image as well as the destinated image. Okay, so here what happened, I have got two lines. Okay, I have got two lines. This is the basic line I have drawn and this is the mirror image of the basic line. Okay, yeah. Then after, the next thing what you need to do, you need to join these 2 points. You need to join these 2 lines. Okay, now for joining these 2 lines, one thing you can do is, you can go for the line command. You can draw here and you can draw one more line here. So rather than doing that, for joining the 2 lines, for joining the 2 lines in the AutoCAD, you will be having one new command or one command that is known as your fillet. Okay, the next command you will be learning is your fillet command. So the keyboard shortcut key you'll be having for the fillet command is F enter. Okay, the keyboard shortcut key you'll be having for the fillet command is F enter. Okay, so yeah, instead of line command and all, I'll be using one new command, that is my fillet command. What the fillet is doing, it will be joining the gap, or it will be joining the gap between these two lines. Okay, so whenever I am going for the fillet, yeah, between these two lines, you can join the gap in the three ways. One is that from here to here, you can draw a straight line, or from here to here, you can draw a curved line, or from here to here, you can draw a pointed line. Okay, so these are the three ways where you can use. Okay, so instead for that, what I'll be doing is, first I'll be using the fillet command, F enter. Now, after clicking on the F enter, first let me explain you how to use the radial fillet. Just you go for the R enter, just you go for the R enter. Okay, F enter, then you are going for the R enter. In the fillet, it is asking for the radius. So this is of the radius, I need to have my curve. Okay, then it is asking to select the first point. It is asking to select the second point. Now can you see the image I got, or the gap I have filled by using something called your radius? The proper curve you will be getting. Okay, once again I am letting you know. F enter, then I'll be going for the R enter, then I'll be selecting the radial distance from here to here. Once your radial distance is selected, select the first line and select the second line. Now can you see the reflection of these lines? Okay, now these lines are bent into this shape. These lines are bent into this shape where you will be getting the proper closure. Okay, this is in case of your fillet with the radius. Yeah, so now let me explain. Yeah, now let me explain. See, this is not the way to write your A. For the A, you need to have the sharp curve here. For the A, you need to have the sharp curve here. So in that case, what you will be doing, after going for the F enter, you just go for the R enter. So imagine if I am giving any some radius, if the fillet is drawn with the radius like this, you will be getting, imagine the radius of the fillet is 0, then this is the way you will be getting the bend. If the radius of the fillet is 0, then this is the way you will be getting the one. So for that, what I'll be doing, I'll be just going for the F enter, then going for the radius. So here for the radius, I'll be entering it as a 0, enter. Okay, now the radius you will be having is 0. Then you select the first point, you simply select the second line. Now can you see the shape of the A you got? Can you people see the shape of the A you got? Okay, so here what we have done, we have applied something called your fillet. So in the fillet, we have done by using F enter. Then in the case of the radius, I have choose my radius as 0. So here the distance or the radius between these 2 points will be 0. Okay, now I got the A outer body. Now I need to draw a line from here to here. Okay, so for that, I'll be using the line command, L enter. Yeah. So the triangle less, so somewhat the lesser down the triangle I am taking. Now whenever I'm trying to draw the line, okay, so you will be, in general, you will be getting the deviation in the line. But if you properly observe, from this point to this point, you need to have the proper perpendicular line, then only the proper A you will be getting. Okay, but by default, you will be having the deviation. So to protect from this deviation, or to get a proper 90 degrees or multiple of 90 degrees line, the thing you will be doing is, here you will be using something called your orthogonality. The thing you will be using here is orthogonality. So how to use the orthogonality here means, yeah. So whenever you are trying to draw the line, so by default, the line can be bent into all the different degrees, and by default, the line will be bending. But the keyboard shortcut key you will be having for the orthogonality is function plus F8. The keyboard shortcut key you will be having is function plus F8. So once you are holding the function and clicking on F8, now can you see the line can't be bent rather than the multiples of 0. Now here the line I will be having the 0 degrees line. Then the next bend you will be getting the 270 degrees, or you will be getting the 90 degrees line, or you will be getting the 180 degrees line. So if you want to have the proper ortho line, or if you want to have the proper line with the multiples of 90 degrees, then you will be going for the function plus F8. That is the keyboard shortcut key you will be using for orthogonality. So if there is no function key in the Mac, directly you can click on F8. Okay, so this is how you will be drawing the orthogonal line. Now, once your object is set into orthogonality, then whatever the circle if you want to draw, here in case of the circle also you will be getting only ortho. So once your work is done with the ortho, whenever the new command you are going to enter, you just turn off the ortho. For turning on the ortho and for turning off the ortho, the command key you will be using is function plus F8. So now what I'll be doing, L enter, you just select the first line. Then after you go for the function F8. From there, you just come for the second point wherever you are getting the this symbol. You just click there and click on escape. Now can you see the proper A you got? Now can everyone see the proper A you got? Is everyone is clear with A? Yeah, respond quickly. The time is going on. Yeah, one thing I want to say is AutoCAD is something that while you are seeing, you'll think that it's very much easy, but you'll become pro or you'll become expert in the AutoCAD only if you keep on practicing on it. Okay, so simply whenever you are seeing if I am doing, it will be very much easy. You'll be thinking that इसमें क्या है, A लिखने के लिए A class A, B लिखने के लिए A class A. But once you start working hands on, there itself comes a real difficulty, and from the practice only you will be getting the doubts, and from the practice only you will be learning so many things. Okay, yeah. So I think everyone is clear with drawing the A. So whenever you are trying to draw the A, so yeah, whenever you are having something called two lines, so whenever you are having something called the two lines, so in case of the two lines, if I want to fill the gap between the two lines, what we will be doing? Fillet. Okay, you'll be doing fillet. Is that clear, Shreyas? Yeah, fillet you will be using. So whenever you are using the fillet, the thing you will be having is two types of the fillets. One is with the radius you will be getting. So select the first point and select the second point. If the radius is 0, you'll be getting some angle. So or if not, what you'll be doing? Yeah, if not, what in generally we'll be doing, F enter, going for the radius, select the radius from this point to this point. Yeah, sorry. F enter, go for the radius. Instead of 0 radius, you go for the radius of 5. Select the points, this point to this point, you'll be getting the radian. Okay, now the point is that if I want to get a straight line between these two, or if I want to fill the gap between these two lines by using a straight line. So in that case, the thing you will be using is the new command comes here. The thing you will be using is chamfer. Okay, the keyboard shortcut key you will be using for the chamfer command is CHA. CHA is the keyboard shortcut key you will be using for the chamfer command. So how the chamfer command is working? If you are just entering the CHA, enter, then here you will be going for the distance chamfer. You select the first point and you just select the second point, click on enter, select both the points. Now can you see the lines are joined with the given distance? Here you will be getting a straight line. In case of the fillet, if the radius is taken, you will be getting a curved line. If the radius is 0, you will be getting the angular line. And whenever you are coming for the chamfer, here you will be getting something called your chamfer with the straight line, the chamfer with the straight line. Okay, so in the chamfer you'll be having the angles and all, so that will be discussed later. So these are the methods where you can draw the things between two lines. Okay, now quickly let us see how to draw the B and C and we can wind it off. Yeah, so I think everyone is clear with the A. Now let us go for the B. Okay, so yeah, so then you will be having something called your B. For the B, the first thing what you need to draw is, you need to draw a line. Okay, you need to draw a line with the orthogonality on. So here you will be getting a proper straight line. So once you are getting a straight line, if you observe the B on your keyboard or somewhere, the B is written in such a way that a straight line from here to here you will be having the straight lines. Okay, see, while I am writing with the pen and all, you will be getting some disturbances. So this is how your B will be represented. So okay, one straight line, then you'll be having the three straight lines, then you'll be having two curves. Okay, so this is how you'll be dealing with the B. Now let us see how to draw that B. Okay, so once after drawing a vertical line, then you need to draw three horizontal lines. So for drawing the horizontal line, first thing what I'll be doing is I'll be going for the L-enter. Then after going for the L-enter, draw a simple straight line. Draw a simple straight line. Okay. Once after you are drawing a simple straight line, yeah, for deleting the extra lines, for delete commands and all will be discussed later. Okay. See, the point is that whatever the commands I'm explaining, you please be focused on those commands only. If you are thinking about some other commands, means you will miss these commands. So everything will become like a mess. Okay. So where to use trim command, where to use delete command, where to use erase command, everything will be explained. So please be patient till then. Don't deviate from here. You just focus on this. Okay. So here what I have drawn a vertical line. Then we are done with the horizontal line. So from here, what I need to do? Okay. From here, I want to get two more lines with the equidistance. Okay. Two more lines with the equidistance and with a single center. Okay. I want to have two more lines with the equidistance and with a single center. How to do it? Can anyone explain? Can anyone let me know? Vishnuvardhan and some other I am seeing. Can you please let me know? Are, yeah, very good. Dimple, yeah, we can use something called here offset. So here comes the new command, that is your offset. The keyboard shortcut key you'll be using for the offset command is O enter. Okay, O is the keyboard shortcut key you will be using for the offset. Okay, so, yeah. So offset is something that whenever you are having a line, okay, whenever you are having a line, or let me explain the offset with the circle, that will be very much helpful for you. So imagine I'm having a circle. Now I want to draw few other circles. Okay, all the circles should be with the equidistance and they should be with this center. Okay, the center should be this and every circle with the equidistance. So in that case, what I'll be doing is I'll be drawing a offset. So how the offset command is used is once the command is activated, you just select the distance between one circle to another circle or one line to another line or one figure to another figure. Once your distance is selected, select the object that need to be offsetted. If you are moving outside, you'll be getting the outside offset with the 4 units. Or if you are moving inside, you'll be getting the inside offset with the 4 units. Okay. Now can you see? So here you are getting the circles. All the circles, whatever you can see on the screen, all the circles are with this one center and the distance between the one circle and another circle is the same. The distance between the one circle and another circle is the same. So I can say that offset command will be using for collinear circles, collinear centers or concentric circles or collinear lines. In case of the circles, rectangles and all, you will be going for the concentric ones. And whenever you are coming for the lines and all, you will be going for the concentric. Okay, or collinear. Now I want to have this line with the same equidistance. So for that, what I'll be doing, I'll be using simply the offset command, O enter, select the first line, select the distance. So whenever I'm trying to select the distance, the next distance should be the midpoint of this line. So simply you move your cursor here and there so that you will be getting the tracking. So this is what the distance you need to have. Once you are selecting the distance, select the line, you will be getting the offsetted line. From here, you select one more line. From here, you select one more line. So here what happened? Altogether, you got one part of the your B. Then the rest of the thing is you need to fill the gap between these lines, from this line to this line and from this line to this line. You need to fill the gap. How can I fill the gap? Yeah, very good. You can use the fillet command. F enter. Then the radius I'll be selecting here. So the radius I'll be selecting here is from this point to this point. So whatever the radius you want, you can select. Then can you see the one curve you got, and repeat the command F enter, R enter, select the 2 points. Now can you see you got the proper B? Can you see, guys? Can you see this B? See, the distance and all, however you want, you can adjust. So now everyone is clear with this B. Everyone need to respond very quickly. The time is running very fast. Okay. Yeah. So here the commands we have learned is offset command. Here the commands we have learned is offset command. Okay. Yeah. So the next command, the next thing what you need to do, you need to draw the circle. You need to draw the C. Okay. For drawing the C, the first thing what I'll be doing is I'll be drawing a circle with the radius. See, the same midpoint I'm trying to select or the same length or the centers I want to have the same, so that I'll be taking the help of the object snapping. From there, I'll be simply drawing a circle. Okay. Now, once after I am drawing a circle, okay, then I'll be drawing a line here. Then I'll be drawing a line here from this point. This much of circle is enough for me. From this point to this point, by using the orthogonality, I have drawn a line. I have drawn a line. So now can you, if you properly observe, if I remove this line and if I remove the rest of the part of this circle, if I remove this line and if I remove the rest of the part after this line, then simply you will be getting the C. Then simply you will be getting the C. So for that, the one thing is that if you are selecting the entire object and if you are going for the E enter, the object will be erased. Okay, for the erase, you will be having the keyboard shortcut key is E enter. Okay, E enter is the keyboard shortcut key you will be having for the erase. Yeah, just a second. E enter, select the object, enter, the object will be erased. But I don't want to erase the entire object. I want to erase a part of the object. For that, I'll be using the command is known as a trim command. Okay, the keyboard shortcut key you'll be having for the trim command is TR. Okay, TR, the most awaited what command for so many people since 15 minutes they are asking how to delete the part. Okay, see, we are mostly focused on deleting. So for that, for deleting the entire object, E enter, select the object, enter. For deleting the part of the object, you just go for the TR, enter. Then after you select the object need to be trimmed. This I want to trim. Then I want to trim the line. Now can you see I have got the circle. Then come out of the command. Then come out of the command. Okay. So now everyone is clear with this trim and delete. Okay, the same trim and delete will be using for the D also. Just you go for the, okay, circle, L enter. From here to here you can take it. Escape, TR, enter. Oh, sorry. TR, enter. You just delete this part. Now we've got the D. Everyone is clear with this? Yeah. So, yeah, see, someone is asking, can't we draw using line? Or see, one thing I can say that whatever the things you want, you can draw in whichever the way you want. Some people will be drawing this line and then they'll be drawing the arc. See, I'm trying to explain in such a way that every command will be covered. And one thing I have said in starting only, in the AutoCAD, we don't have any standard procedure of drawing the things. Whatever the procedure you want, you can follow that procedure and you can draw the things. Now here you got something called your ABCD. It's not anybody can dance. I think it will be something that anybody can draw if you properly train by HIW. Okay, anybody can draw any figure in the AutoCAD if you properly train and if you properly practice. So now let us go for the next letter quickly. So the next letter you will be having is E. Okay. Yeah, the next letter you will be having a E. Yeah, guys, sorry for interruption. Okay, now anybody can draw. Now we'll be coming for the E. So the next thing you'll be having is E. Now, whenever you are trying to draw the E, I want to explain a few different commands here. Okay, so be concentrated with this E because once after you are done with the E, we'll be dealing with the H and I. So altogether, we are going to draw the HIW. Then we'll be getting the proper commands knowledge and all. Yeah. So here, I think everyone is clear up to the D. The next thing you will be having is E. Okay. For the E, the first thing you will be doing is L enter. Simply you will be doing the L enter. Just you draw the line. Done. You are done with the line. So then after the thing, what you can do is you can draw two more different lines. Okay, you can draw two more different lines, or you can draw a single line here. From here to here, I am drawing one line. Clear? From here to here, I am drawing one line. So then after, I need to have three different lines, okay, with the equidistance. I need to have three different lines with the equidistance. Yeah, simply you can use the offset. Okay, offset will be one of the better option. But here, what I want to do is I want to introduce one more command here. That is your copy command. That is your copy command. The command you will be using for the copy is CO or CP. Okay, CO or CP is the command you will be using for the copy. Okay. Yeah, no hurry. Just a second. CO or CP. Okay. Now, yeah, whenever I'm explaining, initially I have explained you something called line command, circle command, polyline. So those all known as your drawing commands. Then after whatever the commands you are using, mirror se whatever the commands we are using, they are known as your uh, modify commands. Okay, so in the AutoCAD, you need to be clear that which helps to draw the things is known as your drawing command, which helps to modify the things is known as your modify command, which may be your copy, move, mirror, whatever the commands we have later discussed, they'll be known as your modify commands. Now, here one of the modify command you will be having is copy. So whenever you want to copy the object, you need to be clear that CO enter. Once you are clicking on CO enter, the thing is that you need to select the object. Once after you selecting the object, always you need to select the base point. So this is the thing you need to remember in mind whenever you want to have something called your move, whenever you want to have something called your copy. Okay, these type of commands you will be using. Okay, these type of commands you will be using. So for using these type of commands, you need to be clear that you will be using something called your base point. Base point is that is a grip you will be taking. So for this is the base point I'll be taking. And from that grip, simply I'll be dragging. And whenever I am getting the something called my triangle, which will be indicating the midpoint of the line, there I'll be placing one line. Then after I'll be dragging and I'll be coming here for the endpoint. Here I'll be placing one more copy. And then one thing you need to clear that copy is also the copy is also continuous. So for this also to get out of this, you need to have something called your escape command. Okay, you need to have something called your escape command. So now before going into that, whenever I am trying to copy image and paste image here, I am not getting any angular ones. Okay, because here my orthogonality is on. You just off the orthogonality in whichever the direction, wherever you want, you can place it. Then simply I'll be clicking on escape. Then simply I'll be clicking on escape. Now is that clear for everyone? Yeah, I think it's clear for everyone. Now we got the copy command. Now can you see, I want to move, I want to have some distance between this E and D and E. So for this, what I need to do, I need to move this E from this point to one more point. Okay. So first thing what I need to explain here is, see, whenever you are holding the mouse and whenever you are trying to select any object, this is how you will be getting. Okay. But how you need to select the object means, you will be having two ways of selection. Okay, in generally you will be having two ways of selection. Okay, how to select the objects, I'll let you know. Yeah, So green and blue selections you will be having by default. So once if you are clicking at any one point and if you are moving your mouse towards the right side, you will be getting the blue color selection. Okay. And if the mouse is moved towards the left side, you will be getting the green selection. Okay. So here the assignment for tomorrow's class is what we call the blue color selection and what we call the green selection. Okay. So the names for that you need to tell me in the tomorrow's class. Okay. Yeah. So here what I'll be doing, select the object and whenever select the point and whenever you are trying to select the blue color one, whatever the objects coming under the complete blue color shaded area, that will be selected. So in this case, if you see, I don't have any complete object in the blue color area, so I'll not get any proper selection. But whenever you are coming like this, here you will be getting the complete selection. Now, whenever you are coming for the green selection, a part of the selection is more than enough so that the entire object will be selected. Okay. So the difference you need to understand, if it is a blue one, the entire object need to be comes under this blue shaded part, then only it will be selected. But whenever if you are coming for the green one, if a part is selected, then that thing will be selected. Okay. Yeah. Now the point is that I need to move this E from this point to some other point. I need to move a bit side. Okay. Yeah. So for that, what you will be doing is not entire selection. For that, you will be having the name. Please let me know in the tomorrow's class. Okay. Yeah. So here the command, yeah. So here the thing what I'll be doing is I'm done with the copy. Copy means I'm copying and placing it some other place. Now I want to move from one place to another place. Furthermore, the keyboard shortcut key I'll be using is M enter. M enter is the keyboard shortcut key I'll be using for the move. Okay, move command. Chalo. So the move command can be done in such a way that just simply you go for the M enter. Then after clicking on the M enter, then after you're going for the M enter command, select the objects. I am selecting the objects. Then click on enter. It is asking to base point. Select the base point and you move in whichever the direction you want, whatever the distance you want. You simply move the object. Click there. The object will be moved to the new location. The object will be moved to the new location. Is that clear? Yeah. So after E, you'll be having something called your F. The keyboard shortcut key you'll be having for the F. Sorry. Let us draw the F. For the F, you'll be drawing. First, I'll be drawing a line with the orthogonality. Simply, I'll be drawing a line with the orthogonality from first point to second point on the ortho. Draw the first line. Then after, you just draw the second line. Okay. Then I need then what I'll be doing is I'll be drawing one more line. For that, let me use the offset here rather than copy. See, we need to practice the commands. So from here to here, I need to get my second point for the proper way. Yeah, if anyone is having how the F is there properly, you can just see on your keyboard. Okay, there you'll be having all the alphabets. So simply you can identify how the F is there and all. Yeah. So now if you properly see, in case of the E, all these edges need to have the same distance. But whenever you are coming for the F, here the center line should be somewhat shorter. The center line should be somewhat shorter if I'm not wrong. So in that case, what we'll be doing, you need to stretch it back. You need to stretch it back. Okay. So I think you can understand what is the next command I'm going to explain. The next command you will be having is stretch command, and the keyboard shortcut key you'll be having for the stretch command is S enter. Okay. S is the keyboard shortcut key you'll be having for the stretch command. Okay. Yeah. Let me quickly explain. So here, just select the one, S enter. Okay. In case of the stretch command, always you select the green color selection. Always you select the green color selection and select only the part of the object. Okay. Once again, I am explaining. S enter, select the green color selection. Okay. Then you select the part of the object, click on enter, specify the base point. From the base point, here I am stretching it back. Okay, by default, by mistake, I have stretched it completely inside. Now I want to stretch it outside. So for that, what I'll be doing, again, a center, select the part of the object, select the base point. From the base point, you'll be stretching out. You'll be stretching out. So this is how you can stretch your objects or stretch your things. Okay. Same as center. If you want to stretch it down, select this point, select the base point. From the base point, you can stretch the objects towards whatever the direction you want. You can stretch them. Okay. Yeah. Now, sir, what happen if I am using the blue area? Okay. So in case of the stretch command, if you are going for the blue selection, and then if you are going for the base point, instead of stretch, it will be acting as a move command. Instead of stretch, it will be acting as a move command. Okay. So here, let me also stretch it back some point. Select the object, enter, select the base point. Okay. So now I got the proper F. So everyone is clear with the stretch and F? Yes or no? Yes. Chalo. So then after F, you will be having G. You will be having the next command, the next letter, you will be having something called your G. Okay. So in generally, if you see the G in case of your proper text and all, it is in such a way that this will be written like this. This is the G you will be having. Okay. Yeah. So chalo, let us try to draw that G. So for that G, the first thing what you need to do, you need to draw a circle. Okay. You need to draw a circle. C, enter. From the midpoint, simply draw one circle. Okay. After drawing a circle, I'll be taking a line from this point. I'll be drawing a line. Okay. So now if I can trim this part or if I can erase this part, okay, simply I'll be getting my G without any further delay. Yeah. So for this here, instead of going for the trim, the new command I want to explain you is break command. Okay, and the keyboard shortcut key you'll be having for the break command is BR. Okay, BR is the keyboard shortcut key you will be using for the break command. Okay, you just go for the break command, BR, enter, select the object. Okay, whenever you're trying to select the object, select from the first point of the object itself. Once after you selecting the object, you just move back. Okay, you just break it for the second point. Once you are selecting the second point, from first point to select second point, the object will be breaked. The object will be breaked. Is that clear? Yeah, once again, I'll explain you. C, enter. You just select the object. Then you go for the break. Select the object first point. This will be the object. Okay. From here, I'll be selecting the second point of the object. Clear? Then after you can go for the line command. From here to here, you can draw a line. Now can you see? You got the proper G. Or in some cases, for the G, here you will be having the line extension also. Then if that is the case, what you can do? If that is the case, what you can do? Yeah, in this case, what you need to do? Initially, you need to go for the trim command, TR. You just trim the extra parts. Then this is the G you can consider. Or if you want to have some more perfect G and all, in that case, what you can do? Again, you go for the break. From here, yeah, sorry, escape, BR, enter. From here, you just close it up to here. Then the same break you will be using. Okay, then the same break use BR, select from first point to this point. Okay, then you just simply draw the line or join these 2 points. There you will be getting the proper G, which is represented on your mouse. And see, the point is that you can also adjust the sizing and all. That is something different story. So everyone is clear with this G. Yeah. So once you are done with your G, for the G, you have learned something called your break command. Then once you are done with the G, the next thing you will be having is H. Okay. For the H, you will be having simply you go for the line command from the first point to second point. You just select the line command. Okay. Then after you go for the mirror. With the help of the mirror, I'll be getting the second part of this object. So this is what the mirror distance. Let me select. Done. No. Then after I want to have one more line. So for that, I'll be from this midpoint to from this midpoint. I'll be drawing a line. Click on escape. Okay, now I got my H. Is this H is clear for everyone? Okay. Yeah. So once after drawing the H, the next thing you can have is I. Okay. So for the I also you will be going for the L enter. Okay. Simply you can go for the L enter. Then after you draw one horizontal line, then you draw one vertical line. Then again you draw one horizontal line. From there you will be getting, yeah. From there you will be getting something called your from there you'll be getting something called your H. Now from the H, I want to have the I. For I have already explained you with the horizontal and vertical line you can do. But rather than that, let me introduce one more command here. Okay, that is your rotate command. So initially, before that, what you'll be doing, you just go for the copy command, select the object, enter, select the midpoint, and you just simply select the H. Now, if I rotate the H into the see, if I rotate the H completely into vertical, then I'll be getting the I. So for that, what I'll be doing, the new command I'll be using is rotate, and the keyboard shortcut key for the rotate I'll be using is RO enter. Then after you just select the object, okay, of the orthogonality. Once after you selecting the object, select the base point. Now by using the base point, so in whatever the direction you want, you can rotate. Now simply I'll be rotating it for 270 degrees, or simply I'll be rotating it for 90 degrees. Now can you see I got the I. Now can you see I got the high I. Can everyone is clear what I have done for the I? Simply I have taken the H command. Then I have copied the H command. Then I have, with the help of the RO rotate, I have rotated my H into 90 degrees. From there I got my I. Is that clear? Yeah. Now the next task we'll be doing is, after getting the HI, so now the next task we need to do is we need to draw the HIW, or we need to write the HIEE. Okay. So for drawing it properly, let us start drawing the HIEE. So the first thing you'll be having is L enter. Just you draw the first line with the orthogonality. Okay. So then from here, mirror, select the object with some distance. You draw the mirror line. you'll be getting the H. No for the source object. Then you draw the line from here to here. I think you're done with the H. Then the next thing you need to do with the I, copy, select the image, copy. You just go for the selecting of the image, enter, select the base point, copy it. Then after, escape of the orthogonality, rotate, enter, select the entire three lines or select the H entirely, taking as a base point, you rotate it perpendicularly, then you will be getting the I. Okay, then you'll be getting the I. So if you want to increase the stretch of this one, press enter. You just stretch it so that you'll be getting the proper I. Then you want to have the ease. So for the E, what I can do? Guys, I think everyone is following properly. HI we have done. So yeah, if you want, you can also reduce this size properly so that you will be getting the proper I, not this much bigger. Done. Then we need to get the E, L enter with the same length. I'll be taking the E, function with the orthogonality, L enter, then one more L enter. Done. Then go for the offset. Yeah. And I want one more E here. So for that, I will be simply using my copy command, CO, enter, select the objects, enter. From the base point, I have copied. From the base point, I have copied. Okay. So this is how you can draw. This is how you can work on the commands. Now, final thing, I'll wind it off in 3 to 4 minutes. Okay. Yeah. So next thing is that if I want to add the coloring for this, or imagine I want H as a dotted line, I as a dashed line, or E as something, something, or let me know, let this HIW is like this only. So let me copy the entire CO, enter, select it as a base point. You create one more ideal one so that, yeah, so that we can also do the colorings and all. So for colorings or for changing the type of the line and all, the first thing you will be having is properties. You need to go into the properties, and the keyboard shortcut key will be going having for the properties is PR enter. Okay, PR enter is the keyboard shortcut key you will be having for the properties. Now, if you see here, if I am selecting this line in general it is a continuous line, but if I want to have the dotted line here, or if I want to have the dashed line here, so the only options I'll be having here is the continuous line. So for this, what you need to do is you need to initially go into the line type. Okay, the next command you'll be having is line type. So in the line type, okay, once you are entering the line type command, here you will be getting the different options. Okay, you just go for the load, select all commands, click on OK. All the commands are accepted. Now all the styles are accepted. Now you just select any one line from here. If you want to convert it as a dashed line, you can convert. Okay, so this is the way I want to convert it, or this is the dashed portion I need to have. Okay, this is the representation I need to have. Okay, this is how I'll be having my dashed line. And in the same manner, here you will be having the coloring for that. You can also change the color of it. You can also change the color of the things. Okay, so simply you change the color. Okay, so here what I'm doing first is your property. In the property, you will be getting all the details of the selected line. That may be the color, that may be the line type. Okay, then that may be the line weight, thickness of the line. If you want to increase the thickness of the line, or if you want to decrease the thickness of the line also, here you will be doing in case of your properties. Okay, for all the lines you will be doing there itself. Okay, so for this I want to convert it into something called my yeah, something called my some this way of line. Okay, yeah. So then in case of the E, I want to convert it into some this model. Okay, so then I want the coloring as this color need to be in the red color, and this again need to be, yeah, simply sorry, this again need to be in the blue color, and then this again need to be in the red color. Okay, this also let me convert it into this way, and I want this into the red color. Clear? Yeah. So this is how I can select the type of the line, select the color of the line, and I can also select the different segments for the selected lines. Now, yeah, the next thing is that if you can see here, whenever you are selecting, some people, even though if you are selecting the dotted lines or dashed lines, in generally you will not getting it. Okay, in that case, what you need to do is you will be having something called LTS, that is your line type scale command. Here I'll be having the line type scale as 1.000, which is the distance or the spacing between the dotted lines or the dashed lines. This is a command which is only applicable for dotted lines and dashed lines. Here, if I'm keeping it as 0.5400. Now, can you see the distance between them is reduced and the more number of dashed lines you'll be getting. And in the case of here also, LTS enter. So if I convert it as the 0.5400, enter. Okay, now here also the number of items will be increased. So here, first thing, to convert the line into dashed line or dotted line, you need to go for the line type. You need to load the different styles, and then in the properties you can change the things regarding the line. Then after, if you want to increase or decrease the spacing between them, simply you will be going for the line type scale. And the one final last command for today is, see here, the H, in the H, one thing I'll be having, one line I'll be having the dashed line with the blue color, and one more line I'll be having the continuous line with the white color. Now, I also want to convert this line into this form. I also want to convert this line into this form. Okay, how can I do it? How can I do it, ma? Did everyone is clear with this line type scale, properties and all? Yes. Yeah. So here, the next thing what you need to do is the same, this line need to be converted as this one. So I want to match the properties of this one. Okay, this line need to get match the properties of this line. So in that case, what you will be doing is the new command you will be having is MA. MA is something that the match properties command. So match, with the help of the match properties command, I can match the properties of the source object towards the destination. I'll be matching the shape, I'll be matching the size, I'll be matching the color. Okay, so can you see here? This is the source object. The source object will be reflected to the destination object. Okay, in the same manner, I'll be applying the same match command for all the things. So simply, I can apply it for rest of the lines. Okay, simply I can apply it for rest of the things. Okay. Yeah. So now I think everyone got the clarity regarding how to draw the letters. See, how to draw the letters is all about by drawing simple alphabets from A to I. We have nearly covered 30 plus commands. Okay. So in none other classes in 1 hour, you can't understand the 30 plus commands. So this is the way we'll follow at HAW for understanding each and every concept in detail. Okay, so if simply can you so simply I can say that in just 1 hour you have learned 30 commands. Okay, is that clear? Did you learn something new? Yes. Okay, so learning is not simply enough. You need to practice on the command. So assignments and all will be shared in your class group. Okay, so everyone need to join into that class group. So from there only you'll be getting all the updates and all. Yeah, that's all about the commands we have seen. From starting from the draft settings we have seen until the match properties commands. Okay, so I think everyone is clear with this. Everyone got the clarity regarding this. So just write the commands at one place. You simply practice all the commands. Practice will make you perfect. Okay. Chalo. That's all from my side for today. Tomorrow we'll be dealing with the schematic drawing. Okay, we'll be drawing a schematic by using all these commands, which will be getting the flavor of electrical in the AutoCAD. Okay, from then onwards, you will be getting what is the importance of electrical AutoCAD and what is the importance of AutoCAD. So for understanding the tomorrow's classes and all, you need to be clear with these commands. Okay, so that's all from my side. That's all for today. Uh, I think everything is clear for everyone. If you are having any doubts, the session is open for doubts.
Assignment will be shared on the group, guys. Please join our assignment group there. I think there's a group. Shivani, could you please put the link on it? If anybody is not joined it, please join that group.
Yes, ma'am, I will.
We have a community for this guys who have joined for our AutoCAD session. You can join our group for more updates. We'll be posting our assignments in it. You can practice and come back tomorrow for more queries and issues. Thank you. Guys, the session recording is available on our YouTube page. You can go check with our YouTube handles. We'll be sharing our YouTube handles. Please check it. Shivani, could you please post our LinkedIn and all other handles? Yeah, you can leave for the day, guys. Thank you so much for your patience and listening. I know today's session was a little lengthy, but we make sure that tomorrow we'll have it in smaller and sufficient time session. Thank you so much for all your patience and understanding. Thank you, guys. Have a good day. Good night.